Hello students, welcome to your Introduction to Anthropology. Today we'll be discussing adaptive strategy. We'll be covering adaptive strategies. Under that, we'll be covering foraging, horticulture, agriculture, pastoralism, and mode of production in the first part of the lecture. What is adaptive strategy? Anthropologist Yehudi Cohen used the term adaptive strategy to describe a group's main system of economic production. Cohen developed a typology of societies based on correlations between their economic and their social features. His typology includes these five adaptive strategies: foraging, horticulture, agriculture, pastoralism, and industrialism. Typologies such as Cohen's adaptive strategy are useful because they suggest correlations, that is, association or covariation between two or more variables. Correlations is the association when one variable changes, another does too. Ethnographic studies in hundreds of societies have revealed many correlations between the economy and social life. First, we'll be discussing foraging. Foraging or hunting and gathering was the only human adaptive strategy until the advent of food production, that is, farming and herding, 12,000 and 20,000 years ago. Food production eventually replaced foraging in most places. Almost all modern foragers have at least some dependence on food production or food producers. Whether it is resource-rich tropic or scarce Arctic circle, despite the differences caused by such environment variation, all foraging economy have shared one essential feature. People rely on nature to make their living. They don't grow crops or breed and or tend animals. The foraging way of life survived into modern times in certain forests, deserts, islands, and very cold areas, places where cultivation was not practicable with simple technology. Modern foragers like Chantal are influenced by nation and international policies and politics and economic events in the world system. Next, we'll be talking about horticulture. Horticulturists use simple tools such as hoe and digging stick to grow their crops. Horticulturists preserve their ecosystem by allowing their field to lie fallow for varying length of time. Often, horticulturists employ slash and burn technique. They clear land by cutting down, slashing, and burning forest or bush, or by setting fire to the grass covering the plot. The vegetation is broken down, pests are killed, and the ashes remain to fertilize the soil. Crops then are sown, tended, and harvested. Use of the plot is not continuous. Often it is cultivated only for a year or two. When horticulturists abandon a plot, they clear another piece of land, and the original plot reverts to forest. After several years of fallowing, the duration varies in different societies, the cultivator returns to farm their original plot again. Horticulture is also called shifting cultivation. Horticulture can support large permanent villages. Among the Quikuru of South American tropical forest, for example, one village of 150 people remained in this place for 90 years. Now we'll be talking about agriculture. Horticulture and agriculture stand at opposite end of the continuum based on labor intensity and continuity of land use. Horticultural systems stand at one end, the low labor shifting plot end, agriculturists at the other, the labor intensive. Agriculturists farm the same plot of land continuously and use labor intensively. They use one or more of the following: irrigation, terracing, and domesticated animals as means of production and manuring. Domestication of plant and animal have been the first step in agriculture. Many agriculturists use animal to plow the field preparation before planting or transplanting, use manure from their animals as fertilizer and animals as attached to car for transport as well. An irrigated field is capital investment that usually increase its value It takes time for a field to start yielding. It reaches full productivity only after several years of cultivation. Now we'll be talking about pastoralism. Herders or pastoralists are people whose activities focus on such domesticated animals as cattle, sheep, goat, camel, yak, and reindeer. They live in North and Sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, Europe, and Asia. East African pastoralists, like many of others, live in the symbiosis with their herds. Symbiosis is an obligatory interaction between group, here human and animal, that is beneficial to each. Two patterns of movement occur with pastoralism: nomadism and transhuman. Both are based on the fact that herd must move to use pasture available in the particular places in different seasons. In pastoral nomadism, the entire group, women, men, children, move with the animal throughout the year. Bedouin in Middle East, for example. With transhumans, part of the group moves with the herds, but most people stay in their home village. There are examples from Europe and Africa. Finally, we'll be talking about modes of production. A mode of production is a way of organizing production, a set of social relations through which labor is deployed to wrest energy from nature by means of tools, skills, organization, and knowledge, according to Wolf. Means or factor of production includes land, labor, technology, and capital. Alienation in industrial economy. When factory workers produce for sale for their employer's profit rather than for their own use, they may be alienated from the item they make. Such alienation means they don't feel strong pride in or personal identification with their products. They see their products as belonging to someone else, not to the man or woman whose labor actually produced it. Industrial workers have impersonal relation with their products, co-workers, and employers. People sell their labor for cash. An economic domain stands apart from the ordinary social life. Work is separate from family.